some of the best gravel roads in the world, perfect for a round of the World Rally Championship. The stages take the teams through dense forests and out into the lush countryside of the North Island. This is a true driver's rally with high speed and high action. New Zealand is home to some of the most taxing driving in the whole World Championship.
It has been a hot minute since I last played WRC 2 Extreme. Actually, it's been longer than a hot minute. It's been, I won't say a month, but somewhere around a month. So I did end up saying a month. I'm still just as witty as I always was. I'm the good old witty kind of guy that we've all come to know and love by now. Because I'm very funny, and I always say funny things, because I'm the funny man who speaks into his phone and plays PS2 games when he should really be doing homework for... Sorry, I'm struggling to get my boots off. When he should really be doing homework for sixth form, because he has about, I'd say, a good three bits of homework, 3 projects that are going to take him probably the rest of the evening after he's done recording that he's supposed to be getting on with. But he being me, I've ruined the whole thing now. Whatever. Yeah, I've got some sixth form stuff to do, but I'd rather record, so I'm going to record. So, how are we all? Have we missed the 2002 WRC? I know I have, personally. I'm still trying to figure out... Oh, it's raining. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to run a YouTube channel alongside all of the sixth form work that I've got to do. As I've talked about in some of the contemporary... That's a fancy word, that is. In some of the more recent TT Superbikes videos, I'm dropping the road racing Let's Plays I was doing, which was pretty much only Grid Autosport. So I've dropped playing that now to get myself down to just 3 Let's Plays. And I haven't been doing a good job of keeping on top of those, as we've seen from how I haven't uploaded any WRC in a month at least. But I'm back now. I'm planning on getting the last 3 rounds done tonight, which is New Zealand, Australia and Wales. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to move on to. If you looked at my chart that I link in the description of every video, I was planning on doing WRC 2. I'm doing WRC 2 Extreme right now. I was planning on finishing Rally Sport Challenge after I was done with this game, but I recently got Rally Sport Challenge 2, and Rally Sport Challenge 2 is miles better than Rally Sport Challenge 1, so I might play that. Or I might go with my original plan, which was to just play Dirt 3. Or I could do my original plan, which was to play Baja Edge of Control. So there's a few choices in there. I'm probably not going to get any comments of people telling me what they want. But right now, it's looking most likely that I'm going to play Rally Sport Challenge 2 after I'm done with this game. Of course, I hit the only tree in range of the stage. So yeah, after this game, it's looking like Rally Sport Challenge 2, to be honest. But, you know, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Some kind of figuring is due to be done. I still have... If I do go ahead and record all 3 episodes today, I will still have 3 weeks to decide what I want to do after. And even then, it'll be like, well, do I even have time to record anything? You know, if I don't get time to record anything, then I'll have even more chances to think of something to record. Because in the good old days of year 11, what I used to be able to do was just record. Was I used to be able to record on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is what prompted me to start doing a whole million billion Let's Plays at the same time. Unfortunately, can't do that no more, because, you know, 1, year 11 is a lot of work, and 2, the schedules of me entire family changed, so that now I only get Tuesdays on my own, and I've talked about this plenty of times before. I'll bring it up again. I don't like to record when there are people around, so I can only record when I'm alone, and the amount of time I'm alone is minimal, really. So obviously I'll take whatever chances I can get to throw down an episode, but I mean, if I can't throw down an episode, then I won't throw down an episode. But I do what I can. Not that it matters, because I don't really get any viewers, but I do what I can. It's not about viewers, right? I want to make this clear. It's not about viewers. It's not about selling out. It's about finishing as many racing games as I possibly can. And so far, I'm not really doing a very good job of that. If you think about the amount of games I've actually finished, it's fairly minimal. I think my recording is fucked. Hang on, let me fix it. Okay, the recording wasn't fucked, it was just pretending to be. Because that's how the Elgato works. It likes to make me think that the recording is fucked when it's not actually fucked, and it likes to make me think that the recording is fine when it's not actually fine. So, to be honest, up to a point, the more fucked up the recording looks, because I looked over at the little screen that it brings up to show you what you're recording. I looked over at that screen and it was running at about 3 FPS. Okay, I didn't notice that fence there. So I thought it was fucked, but then luckily it turned out that it wasn't fucked. It was just fucking with me. So that's pretty much how it be. So I just thought I'd make a rhyme. I didn't really know what to do there. So these rallies usually take somewhere between 20 minutes and half an hour an episode, which means that the maximum amount of time that I'm going to be recording for today is an hour and a half. So what I need to do is think of an hour and a half's worth of commentary, which I don't think I have an hour and a half commentary in me, to be honest, but I'm going to make it work, because I want to get these recordings done, so that I can get back onto some kind of recording schedule. And then also I need to not just think about, but actually get my my recording, my homework done. I've got WRC 4. I've had WRC 4 for a little while, but I got WRC 3 the same week. No, the week before. Sorry, this video will be going up. When I first bought it, they gave me the disc for WRC 4, which I already have. So I had to take it back the next day, and I got the disc sorted out, so that's fine. But when I went back the next day, it was also the day that me and my pals went out and watched the new It movie. It. Was it Kino? No. Didn't really make me scared. Made me jump. But that's only because they played this really loud clanging noise every time there was a jump scare, and it was the sound that got you, not really the visual, to be honest. I know that because George did an experiment while we were in the film, in the cinema, sorry, and covered his ears when there was going to be a jump scare, and he didn't jump, but he did when there was a sound. So either he has some kind of sound triggered autism, or the film relied on making a really loud bang to make you think that it was scary. It had some nice visuals though. I came up with some visuals of my own. Not the night after, but the night after that. While I was trying to go to sleep, I was thinking about... there was this scene from this film called The Believer that I had stuck in my head, which is this movie about a Jew that becomes a neo-Nazi. Played by Ryan Gosling, so you know it's good. The scene I was thinking of wasn't really anything special. It was a scene where he was in one of those libraries, but it's a bookshop, sorry, but it's one of those like American kind of downtown bookshops where the books are just sort of stuffed onto the shelves, and there's really no way of telling what's where. So there's like, why would anyone ever shop here? This is fucking awful. But people shop there. They must do, because, you know, the shop was still open. It hadn't been closed down or anything. Anyway, I was thinking about, you know, standing in one of them shops where the books are just strewn about everywhere. And then suddenly, you know, all the books and all the everything gets like the texture of teeth, like sticking up. Like regular human teeth, but like big sized to be the size of like stuff that you could stand on, and like all the books and stuff and the bookshelves sticking out everywhere, and that kind of weirded me out. So it took me a little bit to go to sleep after that. I was like, I need to think of something else. Luckily, I don't really have a problem distracting myself. I get distracted really easily. I'm not going to do some joke where I pretend to get distracted by something else while I'm in the middle of doing the commentary, because that wouldn't be funny. That would be, you know, everyone's done that, so I'm not going to do that. But I did, luckily, and you'll all be very pleased to hear, I was able to distract myself from that kind of creepy visual that I'd come up with in my brain, and get to sleep. That was last night, actually, that I sort of had that vision. So I wasn't really all that awake today at school, but I made it happen. I made it work. And what I need to do is get that homework done, as I've mentioned a few times. Well, might as well talk about some other stuff that's happening, that's going down. I've entered 2 different OVG leagues right now. I'm going to be doing the ARCA Rags in a Box NASCAR Turning Left Championship Cup. And also I'm going to be doing the R Factor, because the turning left is in this game called ARCA Sim Racing X, which is an R Factor mod that runs independently from R Factor, which is nice. And also there's another championship that's just directly in R Factor. That's say it's a mod that makes it like the 1995 game Sega Rally. Or Sega Rally Championship, sorry. So I'm going to be doing that as well. Don't know how I'm going to be recording them, or if I will. But if I decide on something and figure something out, they'll go up on my second channel, Boy Blunder, which I have got linked on this channel's sort of main page thing. So if you want to see that, which can't quite remember when the first races are going to be. I'm pretty sure that turning left, if I could stop flipping over for a second. I'm pretty sure the turning left is this Saturday. And then the rallying, well, quote unquote rallying, the Sega rallying will be not this Friday, I think the Friday after. God damn it. I was driving back towards the road as well. They really don't give you enough time. not not doing particularly well at this rally, but I'm still winning. I can't remember if there were difficulty options at the beginning of the championship, but if there were, chances are I put it on normal. So if WRC 3 has difficulty options, I'll put it up to hard. I don't know when I'm going to play WRC 3, but that'll be the next proper WRC game that I play. Obviously not the 2012 WRC 3. That'll be something I play a little while down the line. I want to all the rally and off-road games that I've talked about this episode. I want to get done before I do the sort of milestone kiloton WRC games. I want to get the Evolution Studio, all 5 Evolution Studio games out the way before I start on the milestone series that morphed into the kiloton series. Are the milestone games bad? Yes. Are the kiloton games bad? Yes. Allegedly WR7 is good. WR7, WRC7. Allegedly that one's good. And it looks pretty good. I mean, I've seen a bunch of footage of it, and in some of the footage it didn't look good. Like in my boy James's video he made, where he sat there wearing a racing helmet to play a sim racing game. Which was a funny gag. But also that's because that was what the GoPro was attached to, and that's what he used to film it. But apparently on the PC, the game is pretty much fucked. But luckily, if I did end up getting it, because I haven't got it, because it just came out, and I don't buy new games, because I can't afford them. I could afford them right now, because, you know, I got a whole, well, you might not know, but I got a whole lot of money for my birthday. And most of it's still around. I haven't spent much of it. Going to see it cost me about around 20 quid. The ticket was 10. And then I bought Pick and Mix from the supermarket across the road and snuck that in. That was... I only got a regular cup because I wasn't feeling too good. Because usually I get like the big cup of Pick and Mix, but this time I only got a little one. Which did mean I had less variety of sweets, so I got more like mini eggs than maybe I should have. You know, I was thinking about eating Haribo's, you know, softer sweets, but I only had like the hard ones. So I mean, maybe that was a mistake, but I ended up not eating them all anyway, even though it lasts for fucking ever. It's about a 2-hour long movie. Alright, and I've noticed this about new films a lot recently, and I want to bring it up. It felt like it had like 5 different endings, but after each ending, the story was still going, you know? I can't really think of too many, you know, times where I thought, oh yeah, this must be the end, but there were a few. You know, the one where... the kid that breaks his arm, I forgot all their names. But the kid whose arm gets broke, his whole thing where his mum was taking him away, I thought that was going to be the end. You know, I thought it was going to end on a to be continued. Part where the bully kid stabs his dad to death, I thought that was going to be the end, and then it would be a to be continued, but it wasn't. So, you know, when you sit down to watch it, for the last like half an hour, you'll be, I think it was the last half an hour, I don't know. They don't have a progress bar on the film in the cinema, but if they did, then you'd see what I mean. But the last half an hour is just like, oh, it could end here, no, it's going to keep going. Oh, it could end here, no, it's going to keep going. You know, and I hate it when films do that, because I'm pretty sure I had that problem with Spider-Man Homecoming as well, and that was a film that I really didn't like. Like, it was okay. Spider-Man Homecoming was bad. So, you know, when it seems like it's going to end and then it keeps going, and that's a problem with all Marvel movies, I hear, but when it seems like it's going to end and then it keeps going, that's like the worst feeling in the world. So yeah, just be warned. But that's something that we should have all learned about all modern movies recently. I haven't had that problem with a... I don't know what the cut-off point is of, like, when they started making films that seem like they could end and then they don't. It was probably when they started introducing after-credit scenes in the superhero movies. So probably about 2008, but I can't think of a film, an older film, that has that problem. I know older films that drag on, but I don't know older films where, you know, it should end, but it don't. Or it's filmed like it's ending, but then it doesn't. If you... And we all see what I mean by that. There's no question what I mean by that. That's what's meant. I didn't do well on the night stage. And I'm already behind on this stage, but not by as much as I was on the night stage. I don't know why I always struggle at night stages. Maybe it's because I don't have a way of listening to my PS2, so I have to play the game based on what I can see, and at night can't really see as much. Like, the lights in the game are really good, but you can only see, like, the next corner. Or maybe it's because... And it doesn't even... I'm not even allowed enough traction to try and save it. You know, they make all the off-track stuff really slippery. So, like, it seems like maybe you'd be able to save it, and then you can't. But it's always better to wait for the game to reset you, because if you hit the reset button on your own, you get a time penalty. And as someone who's a second behind in second place... I'm behind Richard Burns, though, which is fine. I can accept being behind Richard Burns. I'm gonna... When we get to WRC 3, that's when I'm gonna drive the Peugeot 206. As my main... As my car in a rally game that I go for. Or if I get the option to drive the white one with the big blue Peugeot logo, I'll choose that one as well. But yeah, I wanna drive Richard Burns' Peugeot in WRC 3. I'm pretty sure 2003 was the last year that Peugeot were in the Rally Championship. Which is weird, because they won it. But whatever. Nico Rosberg won the Formula 1 Drivers' Championship, and then retired after that. Which is respectable, because when you have to go up against Lewis Hamilton, who's a guy that has the entire governing body of your sport pushing him, then, you know, it takes a lot of effort to notch up that win. So I'd say Nico Rosberg did a pretty good job. A pretty good job. I'm thinking about... Actually, no, maybe I should save that for my next episode of this, because I need to come up with enough commentary to cover 3 episodes of rallying. Although this might be the second to last stage rather than the last stage. If there is one more stage, maybe I'll mention it and then I'll go into more detail at the Rally of Australia. I don't know if I will. I feel like New Zealand is the forgotten rally, really, because of, well, Kenya as well, but you know, a lot of rally games have an event set sort of... Oh, it's a super special stage, so that's fine. Yeah, it feels like a lot of rally games have a stage or an environment that's sort of the it's sort of a generic African desert. So, you know, the Rally of Kenya well, yeah, maybe the Rally of Kenya isn't run anymore, but everyone can associate the desert with rally cars and stuff. If you see what I mean, you know. When was the last time I actually won a super special stage? Because I feel like I feel like I keep coming second on these. And that's why. It's because the barriers are really sticky. So instead of just smacking into that barrier, the game had to like grab the brake light sort of bit that hit the barrier and then throw me around. Which, sure, in real life, a car, if it hit a barrier like that, would probably get chucked about a bit. But I don't think it would spin around. Actually, in real life, it would be totaled, probably, if it hit a barrier like that, doing that sort of speed. But whatever. Anyway, I might as well finish up my thought about Australia being New Zealand being the forgotten rally, because of, I blame Colin McRae and the Colin McRae rally games for making, Australia the Australasian stage, and then New Zealand gets cast aside. Oh yeah, before I started this video, after the Rally of Italy, I unlocked Bonus World 2, whatever that means. Maybe after I'm done with the game, I'll go through and I'll find out what the secret stuff and the bonus worlds are. But until then, that was the New Zealand Rally. I'm going to move on to Australia.